Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Europe Universalis for Veritas et Fortitudo. Fortitudo. There we go. Veritas et Fortitudo. Fuck it, I give up. Veritas. VEF. We'll call it that. Welcome to Europe Universalis for VEF. I'm your lovely host, Calvin. And today, I've decided to boot up a mod. It's one of the first major mods for Europe Universalis 4. Very recently released. It's available on the Steam Workshop. Unless you're me and you have to go download it manually because the Steam Workshop doesn't work for you. Probably a lot of people out there like that. This is an alternate history scenario. The Glory of Byzantium, where Muslim expansion was a failure. But we're going to be doing a Grand campaign. It extends the timeline between 1310 and 1865, I believe. So you can play all the way up to the American Civil War. And in fact, I believe the Civil War is in the game, although it's slightly broken. Like Napoleon's still alive and stuff. So I don't recommend playing on the other end of the timeline just yet, but I've decided that while Rajas of India is waiting to be fixed, let's play this. So, there is a sore thumb here. Not only is there actually some Norse left, in fact, you know, right there and there. That's kind of neat. But Lithuania, they're the only Romuvan country bathed in a sea of Christianity. I've decided it's time. It's time. We are going to play Lithuania, and we are going to restore Romuvan glory. Yes. Yes, we shall. There's a bajillion new provinces and countries if you can't figure that out already. Like, I really wish I could go through it all, but there's just so many features to this mod that I really don't have time for that. Like, you can have a quick look around here. As well, we can have a look at the extent of the Imperial map mode. Pretty much what you'd expect. Nothing major. Really? Grosseto is not part of the Empire, apparently. Whatever. Not my place to know all that stuff. Now, so, there is a whole whackload of features here. Well, let's see, we do have a pile of new decisions, but there's trade leagues actually in the AI. If you hold it over here, you can actually see the Northern League members and the Hanseatic League members, for example. There's capacity values. Basically, you have province capacity, available provinces, province count, max province cap, monarch capacity, vassal count, so on and etc. You know, these are various things. Is AI just simply means it's a list. And, you know, you're not ever actually meant to click that button. It's meant to display information. We can form the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. I can know all that. And remove maximum province cap is just if you don't like the limit on the number of provinces you have before you start having administrative troubles. Then you should probably do something about that. You know, like remove the province cap. One of the other reasons I like Lithuania is they start with a 666 monarch. That's astoundingly great. He is the monarch of the beast. And as such, he will lead our armies. Son of a bitch. Alright, guess we go with him. I was hoping for something better than that, but apparently we're not getting it. Now, we have the Livonian Order and the Teutonic Order on either side of us. Actually, you know, one's a vassal of the other, so they are one and the same. We are allied to Riga, however, interestingly enough. And Polotsk is our vassal. So, they've rivaled us. How quaint. Okay, what is our current force limits? A lot of stuff will start coming up once I unpause the game, but okay, 10. That means we could train some extra dudes. Alright. I'm okay with that. There, good to work. 2 additional cavalry. Now I'm going to unpause the game, and I'm going to turn up the speed a little bit and let some things fire. Welcome to Veritas et Fortitudo. You know, there's a whole whackload of stuff. Alright, so we have a vassal. We can appoint a governor, which changes them to governorship, which actually makes them stronger, but makes them have revolt risk a lot. We can put a family member on the throne, cause them at least 1 stability, or just leave their government in place, which gives them 1 stability. I think I might just appoint a governor. They are currently a feudal monarchy, specifically a duchy. Oh yeah, and there are, like, free duchies and stuff. there's the county. A hereditary rule of a small territory. For example, there's electorate. Where's a duchy? There you go, Duchy of Brunswick. Hereditary rule of a modest territory. You know, there are other types of government than just kingdoms. They've added in actually an impressive number of them. You also can't simply change between governments anymore. Like, you can't change from any type of government to any other type. I believe eventually decisions. There's also the tutorial screen for this, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I think we're going to change it to a governor. They are new vassal. And we apparently just also had a kid. Cool. Not bad stats either. The state of the world. Yes, please show me a list of tutorial things I'm going to show off here. Vassal benefits. Our vassal gains additional tax revenue, higher production efficiency, and higher manpower, allowing them to forwardly increase funds and field larger armies on our behalf. 5% bonus. We are charged 10 Minister of Monarch points per year to maintain this relationship. Alright, so about 1 month's worth. It's not exactly great, but something we have to deal with. The Statute of Calices. I have no idea what this is, but sure. Tolerance. I'm okay with this. Ruler trait. Patron. And we have sufficient administrative capacity, which I was talking about before. We can safely add provinces to our empire. We can also form the Romuvan Empire, which we're going to try. Most definitely. I think the capacity values are actually properly updated right now. Max province cap, 54.95. Not terrible. I've seen much worse. Alright. We also have, new portraits, which are cool. Alright, not bad. Administrative capacity. Every year the administrative capacity for your realm is calculated. If you're over capacity, negative effects, including reduced taxes, national unrest, and unhappy vassals may occur. The administrative capacity of your country is determined by the government and yada yada yada. Level of centralization. I have no idea about that yet. Selected ideas, research, and buildings. The admin capacity is increased by having cores, the same culture group as your nation, the same religion as your nation, various idea groups, and etc., etc. Basically, that is it. There's also the trade thing, which we're going to look over. There's a bunch of new trade goods. Grain, rice, I can't tell the difference between the new ones and the old ones. I know I can see, obvious ones like cinnamon, gems, unknown. That's amusing. Millet, beer, fish. Beer's new. Millet's new. Hemp, that's new. Palm is new. They have an entirely reworked trade system in supply and demand, so valuable trade goods are actually worthwhile. Supply at 200% and demand at 131%. Wool, Ooh, leather. Leather's actually... Yeah, leather's valuable. We want that stuff. Foreign core removal. I'll cover that on my own, actually. Yeah, that's more or less all I want the tutorial to cover. I can cover everything else myself. And we're going to disable that popping up in our face all the damn time. Alright. Let's get to work. Oh yes, we have 3 cores here. Silberg and Ostraka. So these 3 provinces are our cores. Allied with the Papal States, Peskov and Turov-Panosk. Alright. They are subject to Teutonic order, yeah, of course. Riga will join in. Excellent. This shouldn't be too bad. Turov-Pinsk, I'm not too worried about. Peskov is right there, actually. There it is. I was wondering, where's Peskov again? I've forgotten. I don't think we'll have too much of a problem with that. Hang on here. You want to come over here? That's fine. We have 17,000 dudes. We will most gladly kick your face into the ground. Man, took a lot of morale damage for that. Yeesh. Yeah, now we have the Teutonic Order there, which is not nice. That's going to make things tricky. Poland, Krakow's, and ooh. So they're at war with a whole whackload of people right now. That's actually kind of good for us. It appears we're not the only ones attacking the Teutonic Order. Alright. I just want to see what the hell they're doing there. Okay. They are at war with other people. So, like I said, I think they might have to pull back some troops here. If they want to attack over this river at me, that's fine. Even if they bring down the 11 and have me completely surrounded, we're still in good shape. Increase the attempts to handle it. I don't want revolts right now. Revolts are the last thing I need. But otherwise... yeah, I don't want to be... that's fine. They likely, yeah, I didn't think they'd come to their aid. Veskov's no problem, is a non-issue. The 20,000 dudes here, they're the real problem we have. Krakow. Yeah, right. So there is war happening on that front. That's going to weaken them over time. It's going to have to be our gamble to hold this. Alright, 20,000. It says expected over a river, which should give us the advantage here. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. That's a pretty big blow against them, to lose that. Especially all things considered with, you know, the Polish in their territory. We have to take back our province. I'm not too worried about our war goal right now. However, you know, yeesh, war exhaustions are climbing everywhere. I'm not entirely certain as to why my vassal and ally all split up, but that's kind of worrying. This will be just another crushing defeat for them. That's whatever. Alright. So, some more crushing defeats, militarily for the Teutonic Order. This, you know, is not good for them. They do outnumber us significantly, but it shouldn't be too hard to force some peace deals. Why is Polotsk down there? I don't know. Sandomierz is there. That's good. Again, their capacity to continue fighting is going to be limited as Poland conquers them. Which is fine. If Poland takes, you know, a couple provinces off them, that's going to weaken them. I don't mind that at all. We should improve our prestige, I agree. Prestige of 50 shouldn't be too hard to get. Alright. Yeah, they're losing. They've just lost their capital. So, they are -2 stability. Yeah, they are in trouble. They are quite much so in trouble. National defense -5. Sue for peace. Can we walk away with just that? Really? Yeah, length of war, I guess. Ally in war. Can we... we could, for 65% of their nation. Vassalize them. Interesting concept. Yeah, they are losing provinces left, right, and center. They don't bloody stand a chance. I think we should potentially focus on these guys first. We can take them as a vassal, which will be nice. Having them as a vassal is a good thing. Those bastards are trying to convert this over. Oh boy, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Now this is all Orthodox. Yeah, that's the trade nodes map mode. Speaking of which, there's a whole bunch of new trade nodes. You have the Danzig, Lubeck, Antwerpen, Paris, Bordeaux, Barcelona, Sevilla. You know, Salerno, Constantinople, Chaldea, so on, etc. Up here's Crimea, Astrakhan, so on. You know, it's a bunch of different trade nodes. I don't think there is anything in the North Sea trade node. Just saying. I think that one was retired, probably. Alright. And occupied by Riga. Good work, Riga. We are forcing them into a bit of an awkward spot. I mean, soon, you know, Poland's just going to finish steamrolling. Wow. We lose 2 stability for that? Jesus Christ. Okay, we don't need manpower that badly. And the Teutonic Order has far too many soldiers up there. We have to go do something. Some stability would also not be amiss. War, plus 100%. You do not try and fucking raise your stability at war, it would seem. It's a death sentence. Alright, we have them, you know, with no morale right now. Our potential to end them here is good. Damn. Stupid end of the month. Give them enough morale, they'll probably survive again. They're heading down here. Keep giving chase. There we go, we got them. That puts an end to the Teutonic Order's army, so they have 0 troops remaining. This is good. I like this situation. They are going to lose a lot to Poland because they put up absolutely no fight. So Poland will probably take pretty much everything they want. And then some. Wouldn't be surprised to see them lose quite a few provinces here. At least I can hope. Yeah. They're done. White peace, yeah, right. I'll take my -2 stability and call it a day. Thanks. Really? Actually proving really hard to get some separate pieces, it would seem. That's odd. Alright. I wouldn't be surprised to find Riga bailing out soon. Yeah. My war enthusiasm isn't great right now, but I'm definitely going to continue. I'm not going anywhere here. We'll get some more troops here. Wait, Muscovy's our enemy? Or was that written backwards? Okay. It was written backwards. With our enemy Muscovy. I don't know why that was written backwards, but whatever. We might end up, you know, giving something to whatchamahuzums. Riga. We'll gather them up there. That's fine. I'm hoping I'll get at least 1 stability back from retaking my capital. Like, that is a hope. Yeah, they have nothing. The remaining is just being sieged down. 1 province. There's no way they're going to get annexed, right? Right? There's no way that could be annexed. I refuse to believe that can be annexed. Alright, come on here. There, Siege of Vilna. Good. Okay. I'm going to send this group down there. No, that group will go up there. That group will go down there. That's fine. We don't need, you know, that many troops up there. That's fine, yeah. Perfect. They're trying to siege that down, it seems like. Well, too late now. Well, yeah, the Teutonic Order lost a lot there, I think. Vassals Livonian Order still. Wow. I'm surprised that wasn't stripped of them. That's irrelevant. They're not getting called into the war. Papal State isn't really a problem. Oh, they're going for Riga. I thought they were heading over there. Peskov. Ostrov to Lithuania? Hell no. Lithuanian vassal? No. How many vassals can we have again? I should double check that before I make any stupid decisions. I have to remember that. That is a thing. Vassal count. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Carry on then. Carry on. Everything is good. London occupied by Riga. Yeah. Debating if I want to bail on the siege here. No, I don't. I don't want to bail on the siege, but I want to attach a siege team, I think. And ride in and destroy them. Cause them a little more pain, suffering, and agony. 25 prestige. Yeah, sure, we'll lose that. Whatever. And we carry on with this. 15,000 troops. Should be just fine. Yeah, they're going to take all the casualties. Very good. Very good. This empire is shaping up well already. The Teutonic Order. Yeah, they kind of made a mistake fighting both me and Poland at the same time. Asked to keep governor. Lose 5 prestige? Really? Sure, they get that. Whatever. I can lose 5 more prestige. It's irrelevant to me. I just want that to finish so that way they will end up switching sides in this war. Alright, let's head north, keep beating their skulls in. Eventually that should fall. I'm hoping. Ooh, we can invest in new technologies. Medieval industry unlocks an idea group. Yes. Sure, we'll get some no. That's a bad idea, just for now. I'm okay with that. But we'll get some military tech, sure. Wouldn't hurt. Again. Those troops will eventually turn, I hope. That's really my big hope here. Is that eventually those troops will damn well turn. What? They stopped in Riga? Oh, man. You guys better keep coming. There you go. Alright, let's go. 35%. Some defenders are deserting. They've lost like 800 defenders so far. I'm surprised they haven't given up. God damn, they're holding strong there. Again, just gotta delay a little longer. Finally. They will certainly concede to vassalage now. As I expected. Yeah. They're now mine. Ironically enough, that means they'll fight the Teutonic Order there, but whatever. They can retreat. And that's going to reduce the strength of alliances and make the Teutonic Order more pliable to my demands. How much are we looking at for right now? 39 to 28? Alright. Yeah, relative strength of alliances is in our favor now. Good. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this episode. Tune in next time as we continue our war here. Eventually we'll have our 3 vassals, we'll have reclaimed our cores, and all will be well. Thank you everybody for watching. As always, this has been your lovely host, Galvin, signing off.